Welcome to another episode of the Mindset Flex podcast. This is your host, Elise. And today I want to talk to you guys about something that's helping me get through these dark times. If you follow me on social media, you probably know that I lost my dog this weekend, which was an extremely traumatic experience that I will talk about later on. I'm definitely not ready because I had spent the last week grieving and crying, and that's also why I took a little bit of a break from recording, because honestly, I would just burst into tears every 15 minutes. So I was not ready to get on a podcast. And the last thing I want is for you guys to listen to me cry, which is a totally normal emotion. And I honestly didn't want to suppress it. I didn't want to push it down. I didn't want to pretend that it wasn't there and just get through it as fast as I can. But I wanted to feel the emotions. I wanted to go through it, because if I felt that much pain and that much grief, it only meant that I loved so much, that I loved so deeply. And how beautiful it is that we live in a world where we get to experience these deep emotions. And honestly, I wanted to watch what my mind and my heart was doing. I wanted to watch what unfolded, and instead of numb it with drugs or alcohol, right? Because we can always take something to numb the pain away or numb ourselves. I didn't want to take the easy route, because honestly, it might seem like the easy route at first, but later on, everything surfaces. If you take the easy route now, it will always be harder later. So that's a good rule for life to remember, not just for this thing, but when you're going after goals, your life is either easy now and harder later, or hard now and easier later. It's always going to be like that. Just think about your willpower. Think about giving into instant gratification. If you give into instant gratification, shit's going to hit the fan later on. But if you wait for delayed gratification and you kind of push through now, it feels better. You're also stronger. You get better, but then you have so much reward afterwards. So I felt the pain. I felt the feels. I went through it. And now I'm focusing on moving forward, because the last time I lost a dog, actually, I was 14 years old and I lost a Great Dane. And that scarred me for like 10 years. I was not okay. Like, I grieved that dog for 10 years. And all I wanted for 10 years was a Great Dane puppy, another one, a Harlequin one, because I had to watch 101 Dalmatians every single day after I came back from kindergarten. So the dog I lost was a Harlequin Great Dane, the first one that I ever had. He was my baby. He was the best dog ever in the whole world. And the loss of this dog was honestly greater than any loss I've ever experienced in my life. Like, that's not an over exaggeration. So how do I move on from something that's so dang painful? And just remember, everyone is going to be different. You can't tell someone how to feel. And even if someone tried telling me, Elise, like, it's okay, like, you don't need to feel that way anymore. No one can change the way that you feel. But you can change how you watch your feelings. You can change how you react to your feelings. So I understand that this pain will live on for a long time, but I also understand that it doesn't have to affect my life or my daily actions. And I know it sounds ridiculous because it's just a dog, but it's a family member. To me, it's not just a dog. And I still believe that he would want me to do the best that I can every day and go on with my life. So I want to talk to you guys about moving on from something super painful and looking into the future instead of being so stuck in your past. And when we talk about moving into the future with a positive mind, we have to talk about manifestation. And I know I've talked about manifestation in many of my podcasts before, but this is the most important step in creating the future that you want. And it's not some voodoo thing. It's not, oh my gosh, I'm going to think about these things and then they're just going to happen. Absolutely not. Let me give you an example. So have you ever watched a reel on Instagram of somebody jumping off of a gigantic cliff? And it's almost like you feel it. You know what I'm talking about? Your hands start to sweat and you start to feel a certain way. It depends on obviously how much you're afraid of heights. Maybe you're not afraid of heights at all. So it might be something else for you. It might be doing a backflip or some sort of crazy trick or something that makes you feel nervous and actually makes your palms sweat. So you watched a reel and now your body is actually reacting to this just by your thoughts, just by what your eyes see, and what your mind is thinking. That's how powerful your body is. So we know how powerful your brain is and how it affects your physical body as well. So what are the steps to creating this future that you want? How do you actually manifest the future that you want? Well, first, what you focus on becomes. Why? Well, as you just saw it, your physical body will actually react to your thoughts. Like you literally just thinking about jumping off a cliff can make your hands sweat. So now what do you think happens to you when you think about the future in an anxious way? Same thing. You put your body through that. That's what you're going to attract. That's what you're going to manifest into your life. So let's take this step by step. The first step is always going to be figuring out what you actually want, and you need to be as clear as you physically possibly can be. So I would recommend you getting a journal, call it a manifestation journal or whatever journal you want to call it, and you need to write down every single day in the present tense. That's what I do in the present tense, what you want. And I know a lot of people that struggle with this and they're like, I don't know what I want. I'm not really sure. Like my mind is cloudy. My future seems cloudy, and that's okay. You still need to sit down and you need to start writing, because as you start writing, I promise you, your mind is going to get more powerful, more creative, and more things are going to come your way. So every morning I sit down and I have this journal. It's actually a gratitude journal where one page I write down 3 things I'm grateful for today, 3 things I can do today to make the day shine, and also a mantra for today. So most days will look different and then some days look the same. But on the other page, I write down what I want. This is like my manifestation page. And honestly, this page looks pretty identical to a few pages before it. It's almost like every morning I wake up and write down the same dang thing because I program it into my mind. And then I spend some time actually visualizing that, taking my body through that. So if I want to get my pro card, which that's one of my goals, I want to get my pro card. What I do is I write that down every single morning. I write it down in the present tense. I get my pro card, or I get my pro card at this show here and there. And I actually visualize myself getting my pro card. Like I will close my eyes, and sometimes I do this during my cardio. And I actually see myself being called out on stage. I hear the announcer and I hear my name being called as the newest IFBB Pro. This is how I go after my goals. And you guys know, if you know me, if you've followed me for a really long time now, again, I started my Instagram 10 years ago. I've achieved a lot of the things that I set out to do. And this is how I did them. I fully believed with every fiber in my being that it was possible and that it was going to happen. If you doubt it in your mind just for a second, if you have any doubt, that's what you're going to transfer to your body. Because selling yourself on any idea is you're just selling your belief. Okay. And then your body and your mind is going to seek that out and go after that. And like we talked about it with your palms, your body will respond. And that's how it happens in this life, in this world. It's kind of magical. It really is. Like there definitely is a certain aspect of manifestation that almost doesn't make any sense for this world. But I don't know. I believe in magic. I believe in miracles. There's so many wonderful things that have happened to me because I fully believed that they were going to happen. And again, we go through darkness as well, because this is a dark world that we live in. There's darkness and there's light. So I'm not saying that when you work on manifestation, only good things are going to happen. Your backyard is going to grow rainbows and apple trees that produce you money. Like I'm not saying any of this stuff. What I'm saying is that you need to focus on what you want. If you want to build up your business, like let's say you start your social media. I always bring in business, but let's talk about Instagram, because so many people say that they want to build up their Instagrams or they want to be influencers. And yeah, they want that so badly, but it's like they don't want to do the work that it takes. So a lot of things go into this. And I can tell you that every single person that have wanted to grow their social media, they also put in the work. And they put in the work because they fully believed that it was going to happen. So if you tomorrow wake up and you're like, I'm going to get to 100,000 followers on Instagram. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to get to 100,000 followers on Instagram. Let me ask you this. If you doubt that, like if you go throughout the day and you doubt it and you're in your mind, you're like, I'm never going to get there. Look at that other person that has 100,000 followers and they have a beautiful kitchen to do reels in and they drive a beautiful Range Rover and they have this and they have that and they have big boobs and I don't, and they have this ability and I don't, and they have money and I don't. Do you think that you're actually going to put in the work? Like, are you going to put in the work that that person out there is putting in? Absolutely the freak not. Your mind is literally going to play games on you and it's going to be like, why would you put in the work if you don't even believe that it's going to happen? And then guess what's going to happen? You're never, ever, 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 ever going to reach that goal. Ever, ever, ever. And guess what you're going to tell yourself? These freaking stupid ass lies. You're going to blame it on these lies that you told yourself. And guess who created this whole entire situation? You, with your mind, by listening to that little voice, that little devil on your shoulders that was telling you about all the reasons why it was not going to work out. You believed it, you didn't put in the work, and now it's gone and it's not going to happen. But a successful person, the person that has actually achieved this goal, that actually has gotten to 100K followers, do you know how they did it? Well, they started with zero. Everybody starts with zero. They didn't have anything extra that you do. Now you see them at the end. You see them in the finish line, but you do not see the work that it took to get there. And when they decided that they were going to get there, let's say they woke up on the same exact day and they said they woke up with 0 followers on the same day that you woke up with 0 followers. And they went throughout the day, every single day, fully believing that it was going to happen for them, that they were going to hit 100,000 followers. They didn't know when, but they knew it was going to happen. Guess what? They're going to put in the work. They're going to put in the work every single day because it's almost like your body is already believing that it's happened. Those people already live in gratitude of the future. It's almost like, wow, I'm so thankful that I'm going to get there. Like, it's not even an option in your mind that you're not going to get there. Therefore, it's not even an option for your mind and for your body to not put the work in. Does that make sense? That's how you manifest the future that you want. It all comes down to your brain, to your mind, to your thoughts. If you wake up in the morning and you fully believe with your thoughts that you're going to get to this place, your body is actually going to feel it. Like, your body is going to feel this positive uplift and you're going to be excited, you're going to have energy and you're going to have passion and you're going to follow through every single day. That's how you get to your goal. But again, like I said, if you're the opposite and you wake up not believing it, you're never going to follow through. Your energy is going to drop. You're going to be discouraged and you're going to believe the negative thoughts and you're never, ever, ever going to get to your goals. That's the difference here. So how do we manifest? We manifest first by our thoughts, by not doubting, not questioning. So when you figure out what you want and you write those down every single day, that's how you start your day. Get your manifestation journal, write down your gratitudes, and then write down in the present tense the goal that you have. Let's say your goal is 100,000 followers. So you write down your gratitudes and then you write down, I have 100,000 followers on Instagram by February of 2023. Okay, I'm obviously like making up a number here. If you want, you put a date on it. If not, you don't have to. But I'm going to tell you, the more specific you are, the better it is. So if you can get to the most specific details, like down to the core, maybe even down to the action. So I do this when I go after goals. You get down to the action. Like, I'm going to get to 100,000 followers by February of 2023 by setting aside 3 days a week to create content. So every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday, I'm going to take 2 hours out of my day, come hell or high water, to create content. I'm going to shoot for 3 days. So I'm going to take 3 outfits and create 3 different themes or 3 different ideas. I'm going to spend 2 hours shooting. And then I'm going to also commit to posting every single day. And if I'm posting every single day and I'm creating content for 3 days, okay, so on all of those 3 days times 3, right? Because you create for 3 days on Monday, for 3 days on Wednesday, and for 3 days on Friday, okay? Now you have 9 days worth of content per week. Why am I giving you this? Or why am I, saying 9 days and out of 7 days? Because I'm giving you an example on how to even overshoot on your goal and how specific you need to be to make sure that you freaking succeed on this goal. But you would never even come to this creative point, you guys, if you didn't fully believe that it was going to happen for you. And I see this all the dang time. Like I spent 3 years helping people grow on social media, and maybe 10% of the people that I help actually put in the work. Why? Because the moment that they say that they're going to do that, they start doubting. And instead of me having calls every week about their action steps and about helping them actually create this content or like what to post or what to create, the calls end up being, oh, I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know what to do. I'm just so lost. Like, I don't even know what to talk about. And you overthink it. You overthink your goal and you think that the grass is greener on the other side and that person has all the things that you don't have. And therefore, that's why they're where they want to be. But that's not true. I guarantee you, most of the people that you look up on social media that have the life that you want. And again, this is just one example. I'm giving you this example because this is my world. This is my life. And this is what I know about. But if you look at a few of the influencers that you see, and let's say this is just hypothetical, that's what you want, right? You want 100,000 followers on Instagram for God knows what reasons. And you were to go to like 10 of your people that you follow and you look up to, I can guarantee you that they felt exactly like you feel right now when you want to get started on something, when they were at ground freaking zero. They were at ground zero too. They had no guarantee that they were going to succeed. Except for one thing, they fully believed that they would. They saw it for themselves. Therefore, their body followed. Like the feelings of your body will follow. Do you understand how important this is? The visualization, the writing down of your goals every day, closing your eyes and actually putting yourself in this situation of you actually achieving this goal, being there. And it's not because some voodoo magic is going to happen. It's because that's what you're going to attract into your life. Like that's actually the actions you're going to put in every single day in, day out. And when you have patience and persistence, you can achieve anything. I'm telling you, if you set out whatever goal you want. Like, have you ever tried to lose weight and maybe you didn't, like you did not get to your goal? I can guarantee you the reason you did not get to your goal is because you didn't follow through for long enough. You gave up before you would get to that goal. You gave up. It got too hard. Why do people give up? Because the road is harder than you expected it to be. That's why. And you focus too much on how hard it is instead of your goal, instead of how bad you want to be there, instead of you already feeling like you're there. And when you already feel like you're there and you're believing every day, the work is actually going to seem a lot easier. Like I'm in prep right now. I'm like 2.5 weeks out right now. Okay. And my mindset has been totally different. I can't wait to actually record a podcast on my mindset shift on my preps because I've been competing for a long time. I did my first competition in 2014. So 8 years now. Obviously took some time off, but I have done shows and preps in all different ways. And my mindset this time around has fully been just believing that I'm going to look awesome, that I'm going to win. I'm going after my pro card after, like nationals is my goal. And prep has been the easiest that it's ever been. 0 questions in my mind. I have so much energy. I'm passionate. Like I'm not fatigued and negative and anxious about, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be ready on stage. I have spent so far every prep except for this one, every prep since 2014 being anxious about not being ready to go on stage. Like why the freak did I do that to myself? And the mindset growth that I've done in the past year has completely saved my life, completely saved my prep, and put me in a completely different mindset where now I'm actually experiencing looking better than I ever have because I put in the work every single day for the past 2 years straight. I hope that you truly understand how important it is to fully believe, to fully manifest, to not doubt with a single doubt the life that you want. So if you've had anything tragical happen to you recently, or you're going through a really rough time, I get it. I truly, 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 truly get it. This weekend was hands down the hardest weekend of my entire existence. I get it. But life moves on, and we have to as well. And we don't stop thinking about our loved ones. We mourn them. We love them. You can still cry. I still cry almost every day, but I go on about my day. And I'm thankful for the beautiful, beautiful 11 months that I got to experience with my pup. So I hope that this episode uplifted your soul and taught you a little bit about how to go forward I don't want you to spend any time in anxiety of the past or of the future. I want you to, starting tomorrow or even starting today, manifest as hard as you possibly can the future that you want. You got this. I believe in you. I want you to make the rest of your life the best of your life. I'll see you in the next episode.